Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. I guess are we there? We're ready to.
We are live.
Oh, we
Yep.
are live on YouTube.
Live on YouTube.
Hello, guys. I'm wondering why we don't have 10,000 people on here watching this. I'm excited about what I got to talk about. I'm going to take the place of David today only, and I've got a few things that I personally want to talk about team building. And these are just a few points I want to go over and not trying to offend anybody, but I'm just going to kind of show you how excited I am about it and what I am requiring from my team. So without further ado, I just kind of want to share my screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
I'm going to talk about building a strong broker team, you guys. And one of the things that really I think is important is mindset. You got to recruit for drive and mindset first, and then skills second. What I've done over the last couple of months, and more so over the last 5 to 7 weeks, is try to talk to people that are, um, and let's see if I can say it the proper way. At least I see as my equal or higher. And what I mean by that is people that have talent, that have a persistence and mindset or a big priority in their industry, or people that are really hungry, they're self-motivated, they're resilient. In other words, it doesn't matter about the bad stuff that happens a couple of times a week. That's okay. That's part of life, and they're able to overcome that. And I got to keep remembering that you can always teach them the product. But the one thing I can't teach them is hunger. So what I'm trying to find are people that are persistent. They get that mindset of a warrior. They're hungry. They're self motivated. They're resilient, and they're hungry and they want to be taught. New brokers need to dive into the DAC way, and that's what I'm committed to bringing forth. And before I'm going to pour myself into them. They got to jump in the pool, and they got to pour themselves into the learning management system. They got to learn what's expected of them, and once they have signed up and they've gone through the certification, and they are ready to be guided, as you will. And by the way, most of the people that I am bringing in now, they could care less about my health. They just want me they just want me to kind of guide them in the right direction, and then they're going to take over, and they're going to swim the relay. They don't need me to do that. I don't know that if you guys have really sat down and studied this comp plan, it's very difficult for me personally to sleep knowing what the potential is out there. And I'm actually I got an application this morning, and there are more and more coming in. But some of you are not aware that the minimum that you're going to earn on a personally enrolled broker is 4% of the bonus revenue. Plus, you're going to get the broker override. Now, look at this now. Everybody that you enroll and they go out and they get a client, and they are certified, they're qualified, they're ready to go. They go out and get a client, and that client gets, in this example, the 100,000, and the bonus revenue is 8,000. I'm not only going to get, and you're not only going to get that 4%, which is $320, which is what you have always really gotten in the past, but you're going to get that spread. So if you're at 60 points or 50 points or whatever, you're going to get the spread between the 40 and where they are. And if they're not certified, they're only going to get 10%. You're going to get that spread. Do you understand how much money that is? I mean, someone goes out their first month and you're at 60, and they get that 100,000. It may not be one funding, it could be a total of 100,000 in funding for the month, and they make $3,200. Well, you actually made $1,920. You got to get this message out to people. You got to get it out, and you got to make sure that they understand what exactly how they're getting paid here. new certified, qualified certified brokers is the key to that 5-level agency pay as well. That's important. That's huge. 4%, and by the way, that 4%, as you saw before, is on the bonus revenue. The same with the 2% for those 5 levels, and it's important that you get those 20 qualified certified brokers right away. In reality, I want you to think about this. My daughter-in-law, my daughter's father-in-law is one of the most successful insurance brokers in America. There are very few people more successful than him. It took him sorting through hundreds of brokers before he was able to kind of settle on 100 plus. I think he's got 110 that work the business. They're not just licensed, they work the business. And he has toned it. He's toned it to the point that his what I consider toned it anyway. He can walk away and really not even show up for a month if he wanted to. And he takes weeks at a time sometimes, but he always shows up and he's always following his business. He's actually managing his expectations every week. And he became successful by over the last 10 years by sorting through all these brokers until he got those 110 that he have, that now he doesn't ever have to recruit again because they're out finding people for him as well. And his customer base is there, but it takes work. We all need to kind of up our game. 20 qualified brokers really should be the minimum, not what you're shooting for. That should just be the very bare minimum. We need to stop acting like it's tough to recruit 20 qualified certified brokers. It really isn't. Now that I've started talking to people that I've known for a long time, and I've never once brought them into the DAC realm for whatever reason. But now I am, and I'm getting all motivated and excited because everybody I'm bringing in now has a team or they have a huge client base, and that's my concentration. I'm not going to get just 20 qualified certified brokers. I'm going to get 50. I'm going to get 75. I'm going to get them. And you say, well, that's a lot. Well, David and I were talking, and we remember in the days that we both worked for in the same industry many years ago. I personally probably brought in 500 people into that industry, and a big portion of them were successful because we had a system that they used. So when I look at 20, I say, man, everybody seems to make it sound like this is just something that's beyond whatever. But I got to tell you, over the last uh, just a couple of weeks, I have really brought in people that I haven't even had time because now people are calling me. 50 frontline qualified certified brokers could be every one of our goals. My question is, who wants to make that the minimum? I mean, if you do type in a 7, honestly, if you don't type in anything, then I know that this was a waste of your time and my time. But I'm telling you, I'm so pumped up. Type in a 7 in the chat box. Show me you agree that 20 should be the minimum. I'm tired of playing around. This week I recruited 6 QCBs. I've done that without really trying. I got a lot on my plate. I got a lot of funding things I have to do. As a matter of fact, a lot of you don't even know this, but we're getting applications in right now for what our team's doing for you on the renewal side, calling people in Texas, calling people that for renewals, that sort of thing. Today, there's 3 applications came in that we did for you. Certainly, you should be willing to go out and talk to people about this business, talk to people about becoming brokers in this business. Yeah, I got to work nights and weekends sometimes, but I'm okay. So let's just go do it. And I'm not preaching to you, but I would like to hear an amen in the chat box if you agree with what I'm saying. I'm telling you, it's a drop the mic moment for me. I have never, since I've been in this industry, after looking at this comp plan, let me just stop the sharing here. After looking at this comp plan, understanding it, and implementing it for the first time, I have never been this excited about anything I've ever done. And I've done some great things in my life. I've done not so great things, but I've made a lot of money in my life. But I don't. This is honestly not so much about the money because it's more about duplicating Wade Cordell, duplicating the people that duplicate Wade Cordell, and get my. I'm going to get this 5 levels. I'm going to get it full in a way that's going to. By the way, there's also compression. So that means that I can work with people that are 30 levels below me because I know that if nobody between me and them are get are active, that's okay. I'm getting the spread on them, but I'm also getting them pushed up into that 5 levels. You can do this. This is one of the simplest things I personally have ever been part of. And it became that way when through lots of prayer, meditation, concentration, and a lot of sleepless nights of David and our team coming up with what is best for you. Not what's best for DHC, but what's best for you. But what's best for you just happens to be what's best for DHC. So anyway, that's all I've got for today. That was my little bit of ranting, but I'm pretty fired up. I don't know if anybody put any chats in at all, but looks like we had a couple. Yeah, we got some people. I'm telling you guys, this is where you want to be. There's no other place you want to be. This platform is getting attention all over the country. Does anybody have any questions, any got or comments or what have you?
Great presentation, Wade. Yep, we've got a lot of excitement in the chat, so that's amazing. We do have a good question in the chat that I can read off for you, but I do just want to take this time really quickly before anyone hops off if they don't have a question to remind everyone that tonight's originally scheduled call, broker opportunity at 7 p.m. or 7, I'm sorry, 7:30 p.m. and the training to follow 8 to 9 p.m. has been postponed until next week, Tuesday the 26th. So I did make a post on that, but just want to remind everyone. And then a second reminder is if you have any support or specific questions relating to an account that you have or your agent profile, anything along those lines, those can be sent to support@davidallencapital.com. We want to use this time to ask Wade specific questions about his presentation. So with that being said, we have a question in the chat. It states, after an offer has expired, is it possible to reactivate the account without reapplying through the app?
You talking about an offer for funding expires?
Yes.
Uh, well, it depends. If the application is over 30 days old, no, they're going to have to go back through the system. Sometimes, if it's a renewal program, we don't have to do that. But yeah, a lot of times you got to reapply. But the sometimes sometimes I can get away with that. All I can tell you is that if it is, just send a email to support at Bank Breezy or Wade at Bank Breezy, and I'll let you know within seconds if it's okay for us to go ahead and use what we have. Almost all the time, though, you got to get an updated bank statement and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, I think we can. And most of the time, I think we can probably work it without getting a new application and going through the system. But sometimes you just can't.
Thanks, Wade. And then we do have a hand up. Matt Dehame, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Good morning, Mr. Wade Cordell. You're fired up today, man.
What it is, brother.
You know what? It's interesting because you've been around longer than anybody, and you've got the most enthusiasm. it's it just goes to show you when you do, in fact, pull your head out of the distractions of the world and focus on this thing, which is hard to do. You know, there's a lot happening. That's my little contribution today is to say that if you are able to insulate yourself and be very decisive about this, because remember, when you have the benefit of income and this thing rolling, you don't have to worry about those other things, you know? Those things will take care of themselves, right? So he's absolutely dead on about the pay plan. Once you really get your head around it, okay? Even if you don't, you start recruiting these people. And you mentioned something about recruiting. You said 7, the qualified certified brokerage, the Q, right? having that, the way David set this up is if you're recruiting, you're positioned with your, new clients, right? And your bonus revenue, and you're moving up the ladder. You're getting this override spread. In addition to that, you're getting that 5 level pay and 4% on your personally enrolled. If you just focus on the personally enrolled, like Wade's mentioning, and qualified certified broker, it's 30 days. Once they certify, they enroll, they certify, they get certified. They're 30 days. They're one of your 6 or 12 or 20. They're part of you. That's actually opening up things for you. So if you're constantly, now I thought about that the other day. I have Nick and a few others that I'm qualified for 2, 3 levels or whatever. But to get to that 5 or to extend your 5 level pay, you just need to recruit agents and plug them in, right? So you have enough of them rolling, right? So constantly keep a stream of new agents, getting on board, plugging in, doing the training. They count for the first 30 days that they're certified, if I understood the pay plan correctly. And you got to do it. But thank you for doing the things in the back office. I appreciate your energy. It's contagious, right? Enthusiasm is. When it comes from somebody that's doing all this stuff and then he's seeing through new eyes the opportunity that's sitting here. We've had this for a while, but the more you look at it, ironically, the better it looks.
Yeah.
It's like one of those weird things, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like today, yeah. Let me just finish up. I'll let you go, man. Everybody's got to get to work. Hey, I'm super enthused and I'm excited. I'm going to throw a little thing out, little tip. Wait, if it's okay, just a
Yep.
marketing tip. You was a recruiting call, and you did an excellent job about showing the type of people you want to work with, and don't invest in people that don't dive in. Right? I'm not diving into them unless they're diving in. Great analogy. But I'm gonna cancel this. So if I'm not unmuted here. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so back to the tip. So you want to, oh yeah, so food trucks. I'm just giving an example. Okay, this particular example is something I thought of. We're thinking abstractly, like, okay, food trucks. Somebody mentioned it in a comment. Like, what? Who makes food trucks? Who's the producer? I'm thinking, oh gosh, I contacted the food truck like the fabricator. Food trucks where these people go to buy. This is a perfect referral agent. The referral agent, in my opinion, and I talked to M&T Bank in New York, got one of them on board. It's a referral agent coming on board. But people who serve these industries that we're focusing on, they serve them. They're perfect referral partners. And if they come on board and they don't want to be an agent, they just want to plug in, get their little, referral fee. That's great. You're earning the entire difference. It couldn't get in my head around this. I'm earning the entire override spread plus the 4%. So I'm making that plus that. And it's almost as if I'm amped up on every deal that these people are bringing on, and they're still getting their little bonus. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I just wanted to mention I'm going to be doing that as my focus. So thank you, Wade, for doing
Thank
the
you,
back.
man.
Yeah, man, back deal and renewals and stuff. I hope one of those are mine. But if it's not, it's okay. I'm still reaching out to my old clients. And interestingly enough, if you're at age like Harlequin, I'm seeing a few others here that have been here a while. You're positioned, sufficiently with enough clients now. It's like the new clients are old. It's just accounts the same. Bonus revenue's adding up every time you get a deal towards your next rung on the ladder. That's all I want to say, man. Have a blessed
Thank you,
week.
man. Appreciate all that. Guys, I printed out this entire comp plan. Every morning I look it up. When I get in here, and the first thing I do is look at the comp plan. And this is what motivates me to, I want to help businesses. I love them, but I want to help my family, and I want to help my wallet, and I want to help my grandkids. I want to help a lot of people. I want to help my church. I can't do that if I don't have revenue coming in. And the way you get it is twofold. You go out and talk to clients, and you go out and talk to people equal to you or higher, and that have and that's equal to you only in your mind. If you say, hey, oh, I can't talk to them because they're this or they're the vice president of this bank, those are the ones you need to talk to. Thank you for your time today, and God bless you. And I hope you have a great rest of the week, because we're having